Thank you very much for this effort and His Excellency for being here and your kind words. And all of you seem to be in a little depressed mode, huh? Here we brought Virendra Sehwag for you because when everybody expected 100, he made it 200. I want this from you. Whatever I ask for, you must do a double. What is expected of you, you must do twice of that. This is why Virendra Sehwag, when we wanted 100, he made 200. Will you? So we don't want to hold you up more, it's time to drive and I want you to keep pace with this. This is not about driving, this is not about shouting, this is not about protesting, this is not about being against somebody or something. Because the moment I say save the rivers, a whole lot of people are saying, let's break the dams, let's uproot the villages, let's take away the cities. These people will be only talking, they will never do anything. You cannot uproot the cities, you cannot take away the villages, you cannot break the dams. But we can do something to save the soil and the water of this nation. This is very simple. We are a tropical country with just an average of just 45 days of rain. But with 45 days of rain, we had so many perennial rivers. The reason why they were flowing was there was enormous vegetation which held the water and allowed it to flow for 12 months of the year. But all these rivers are becoming seasonal simply because we are not able to retain the water in the soil. It is flooding, it is cycles of flood and drought, and flood and drought is happening across the country. Right now you look at the news channels, in one place it is a flood, in another place it's a drought. This is a phenomena created by us. We as a generation of people have taken the largest bite of this planet, such a big bite that future generations may have nothing to bite on. This little boy who came here, and with what passion, he's appealing to all of you. If you don't listen to me, at least listen to this little voice, because he is claiming his right. We must understand this. We as a generation of people, we are just here on this planet for a little time. In this little time, we have no business to destroy everything and go. But for whatever reasons, we have done it, that we have taken liberties with many things. I want to say that we as a generation of people, in the next 25 years, do the necessary responsible action to see that to whatever extent we can correct the damage, we must do it. All of us are consuming water. Every one of us must do some compensatory activity. Above all, every one of us right now should be focused on one thing. Till this law happens, a comprehensive law which takes into consideration the entire spectrum of preservation of soil, the many species of life and the water resource in this country. When I say many species of life and water, we must understand India as a land, India as a subcontinent has the highest number of species of life in fresh water. We have over 1,000 varieties of fish, which no other continent has. This little subcontinent compared to larger continents has over 1,000 varieties of fish. But in the last 25 years, there is no responsible study to show how many of these have become extinct. Because when a river goes seasonal, that is when a river does not flow for 12 months in the year, these lives will get extinguished and may never be recovered. So we have done this, we must also do the corrective action if we have to be remembered by our children with any sense of affection towards us, because this is important. We cannot destroy the soil and water in this country and go away one day. If the only way we are going to fertilize this soil is by when we are buried, this is a sad way of doing it. We must do it when we are alive. There are only two ways. Today, United Nations has given a prescription that if you want to call soil as soil, there must be a minimum of 2% organic content. But in states of Haryana and Punjab, Marathwada, southern Tamil Nadu, many parts of Andhra Pradesh, there is only 0.05% of organic content. This means this soil is slated to become sand in the next 3 to 5 years. 25% of India's land is going to become not cultivable in the next 5 years. They say in the next 40 years, 60% of India's land could become uncultivable. We must understand this, particularly being in Tamil Nadu. We must understand this. This is one place on the planet where it has the longest history of agriculture. Nearly 12,000 years we have farmed the same land. We have eaten out of it, we have lived out of it, we have flourished in it. But today, just in one generation, this is what we have done. If we have to fix this, there are only two ways. We must understand this. There is only two ways you can enrich the soil. We need leaves from the trees, so we need trees. And we need animal waste. But trees are gone long time ago. Animals are all traveling overseas. If somebody slaughters an animal and eats it here, this is not the problem. When millions of animals are going away outside the country, it's a serious problem, because any agricultural family, just ask any farmer, if he owns 5 acres, every generation of farmers always knew for 5 acres how many trees and how many animals he must have. But we seem to have too much textbook science and no sense at all in our heads. Proper science is needed, a scientific solution is needed. This is why we have taken Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, where a profound science exists and a scientific solution as to how to revive the soil and how to revive the water is needed. And this we cannot wait to be done by voluntary organizations. This has to be done as an enforceable, implementable policy, and this is what we are working towards. All of you should stand by this, not for one day, not for 1 month, till it is done. We must stand by this and make sure in our generation this is fulfilled. Thank you very much for being here today, and before you eat your meal tonight, I will leave your lunch for you because you're busy at work. Your dinner, before you eat your dinner, I want you to stop just for 20 seconds and think of that farmer who has given us food for these hundreds of years. He has nothing to eat, his children have nothing to eat, he hangs from a tree. I want you to think about that. I don't want you to forego your food. I want you to enjoy your food. I want you to be nourished by your food. But at the same time, I want you to be human. If you refuse to be human and just eat like an animal, it means nothing. I want you to eat like a human being. Be concerned about every life around you. If you don't do this, if you surrender your humanity, what is the point? The biggest thing about being human is that beyond what we consider as ours, beyond that we have an emotion, beyond that we have a thought, beyond that we are capable of doing something. Please make it happen in your life. I want you to think about this every day before you have your dinner. You must spend 10 seconds or 20 seconds just to think about that unfortunate farmer who has been feeding us. He can't feed his own children and he hangs from a tree. Please keep this in your mind. This is not to spoil your dinner. This is to make you human and sensitive. Bring this sensitivity and this humanity into you. Otherwise, our lives have gone waste. Please make this happen. Thank you very much.